I am on a journey, and this is what I have learned. Over the years, I have learned new collection of words and concepts which have also changed my paradigm. Paradigm is defined as a system of assumptions, concepts, values, and practices that constitute a way of viewing reality. This article is about the words, concepts, and values that I have learned and how this is changing my life positively and the way I now view things. I have learned that I don't have to be great to get started, but I have to get started in order to become great. Even if you're on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. I have learned that apart from borrowing money from the bank, there are several other ways to raise capital for a business. Now I know the 5 specific major criteria that banks use to lend money to customers. Raising capital is a learned skill. I have learned the concept of using other people's money, OPM, to finance and fast track the setting up of business. I have also learned the concept of using other people's time, OPT, to set up and run a business. I have learned the good ways to generate income from the cash flow quadrants as explained by Robert Kiyosaki. Now I know the true difference between an asset and a liability. In its simplest definition, an asset put money in my pocket and liability take money out of my pocket. Are your cars and homes assets or liabilities? You should think about it. There are good debts and there are bad debts. Do you know the difference? Jim Rohn said that rich people invest their money and spend what is left, while poor people spend their money and invest what is left. Which one are you doing? He also defined success as simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is few errors in judgment repeated every day. Are you constantly exercising the discipline, or are you constantly committing the errors? Is there anything you think you might need to start changing? I have learned the 18-40-60 rule as invented by Jack Canfield. When you are 18, you worry about what everybody is thinking about you. When you are 40, you don't give a damn about what anybody thinks about you. When you are 60, you realize that nobody has been thinking about you. Napoleon Hill said, man's most useful years, mentally and spiritually, are those between the ages of 40 and 60, and this is called the age of wisdom and understanding. If you are in your 40s or 50s, it is not too late for you to achieve success in your life. You don't have to compete with the whiz-kid of the information age who are becoming billionaires in their 30s. If you are in your late 60s or 70s, I have good news for you as well. Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa at the grand old age of 76, while Ronald Reagan was 69 years old when he became the president of United States of America. Colonel Sanders launched his KFC business at the ripe age of 66. So age is not a barrier to achieving success in life. Louis Hay published a first book at the age of 50 and established a book publishing company at the age of 58. Have you heard about the rule of 5? According to Jack Canfield, if you will go every day to a large tree and take 5 swings at it with a very sharp axe, no matter how large the tree, it will have to come down. The moral of this concept is that every day you should do 5 things that will move your goal towards completion. I have learned that I have the ability to dream big dreams. I visualize myself building my business empire. I see myself sitting on a full leather high-back executive chair in my split air-conditioned office. I see myself running and building my business into a conglomerate. I see myself giving scholarships to the less privileged students. I see myself assisting people to get started in business. I see myself helping senior citizens who have no one to look after them. Likewise, I see myself supporting motherless babies home. I have learned that if I believe it, I can see it. I have learned that knowledge is power, and one of the easiest way to acquire it is to read extensively and to listen to relevant audio materials. If you read one book every week, you would have read 52 books by end of the year. Turn your MP3, smartphones, and car stereos into mobile school. Listen to motivational audiobooks on the go. Do you know that formal education will earn you a living, while self-education will earn you a fortune? Put in another way, wages make you a living, while profit will make you a fortune, according to Jim Rohn. I have learned the 7 habits of highly effective people, and now I know that habit is an internalized principle. It is the overlapping of knowledge, what to do, skill, how to do, and attitude, why to do or want to do, as defined by Stephen Covey. Have you learned the 7 habits of highly effective people? If you have, are you practicing it? If you have not, I will recommend that you learn them. I learned from Robert Kiyosaki that in the business arena, the most important word is cash flow, followed by leverage. The quickest way for a business to fold up is to run out of money to meet its daily expenses. Leverage is using less to achieve more, and there are several items that can be leveraged. You should never do what you can hire other people to do. You should never hire people to do what you should be doing. Proficient decision makers are not afraid of making mistakes. If they fail, they shrug it off and learn from the experience, but not submit to failure. I have learned that failing does not make us a failure. The only time we do become a failure is when we decide to stop trying anymore. Therefore, if we falter along the way, we never really fail, because we always retain the capacity to try one more time. According to Henry Ford, failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. I have learned the common denominators of people who become wealthy, as explained by Thomas Stanley and William Danko in their book, The Millionaire Next Door. They live well below their means. They allocate their time and money efficiently in ways conducive to building wealth. They believe financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. Their parents did not provide economic outpatient care. Their adult children are economically self-sufficient. They are proficient in targeting market opportunities. They choose the right occupation. Many people who live in luxury homes and drive expensive cars are not necessarily wealthy if you assess their net worth. They are just living high. I have learned the art of thinking and acting independently without bothering about what people may say or think or do. According to Mother Teresa, people are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. For you see, in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Do you know that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with? Think about it. Who are the 5 people you spend most of your time with? Your family, father, mother, brother, and sister, all together count as 1 out of the 5 people. I have learned that it is not how you deal with what is expected and hoped for in your life that ultimately define and elevate you as human being. Rather, it is how you interact with the unexpected, how you brave the unanticipated, how you navigate through the unforeseen and emerge transformed and reborn on the other side. It is not the things that we want and don't get that are the sources of our greatest tests and trials. It is the things that we do get that we did not want and never expected. How did I get here? By Barbara DeAngelis. I have learned the value of time. Do you know the value of time? And are you investing your time or squandering it? To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lovers who are waiting to meet. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who missed a train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who just avoided an accident. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask the person who won a silver medal in the Olympics. Wayne Dyer said, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." I have learned not to think about luck as something that happens by chance. Now I know that luck is the crossroad where preparation meets opportunity. According to Les Brown, it is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I have learned that I can create my own luck, and other people's opinion about me does not have to become my reality. I have learned to make positive confession about myself and send out positive energy because they create my future. I have learned that it is not good to always play safe and never take risk. It is better to learn to manage risk. In business, it is not how much money you make, but how much you keep. This is why it is good to be financially literate. Great opportunities are not seen with the eyes, but by the mind. I have learned that all wealthy people have multiple sources of income. Some are large, some are small. They are always researching new sources of income. I have learned that what I am attempting may not be that conventional, but I have to challenge the unconventional in order to succeed. Having read the stories of how successful people like Jack Canfield, Wayne Dyer, Brian Tracy, Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, Nelson Mandela, Jim Rohn, Robert Kiyosaki, and Louise Hay, to mention just a few, had their breakthroughs. I have learned that anyone who has the desire, not wishful thinking, and persistence, determination to see it through, to succeed, will surely do so. When the going gets tough, only people who remain focused and persist will surely succeed. I have learned not to allow anyone to talk me out of my dreams. I believe it is possible. I believe I can achieve it. I know I will achieve it. I am going to achieve it.